Tonight and tomorrow on News 10. Now on to a News 10 exclusive. More fallout tonight to last week's lawsuit filed against Baylor that not only claims the number of rapes by football players was far worse than reported, but also that the program was using attractive female students as recruiting bait.
Tonight, some of the young women who were part of the Baylor Bruins organization are speaking out, saying people are broad brushing them as prostitutes. News 10's Rissa Shaw is here now. Rissa, these women call the claims about the organization outrageous.
Yes, Tara, they say they are in no way blaming the alleged victim in question or any past victims of sexual assault at Baylor. They're simply defending the organization they say has helped mold them into the good girls they are today and not the good time girls the lawsuit is making them out to be.
Here's a card of if you forgot the rules, here's a card.
No calling, no friending, and absolutely no off-campus recruiting.
We don't exist to them after the football game.
Susu Taylor describes the Baylor Bruins organization as professional, strict, scary even.
It was so strict that it was like you were like, okay, can I do this? Like you would ask a fellow Bruin, like, am I allowed to do, like, is this, you know, like just making sure.
A group of good girls who love sports and volunteering. A far cry from how Taylor says the organization she was a part of is now perceived.
People don't think we have any Christian values just because of everything that's been going on. But just because a few instances have happened doesn't mean that all 40 girls don't have these values and that we would subject ourselves to having sex with people for money, football recruits for money.
Taylor and Celica Covington were both members of the Bruins, Baylor's welcoming committee, mostly for football recruits and their families.
We wanted to just make everybody feel as welcome as possible and just answer any questions that anybody might have had about the university.
But the latest Jane Doe lawsuit against the university is putting the group in a light that is much more unwelcoming. They say allegations of a policy of show 'em a good time recruiting has tarnished its image.
I don't want Baylor Bruins to, have this legacy as pretty much being escorts.
The suit was lodged by a former member who says she was gang raped by 2 football players in 2013, but never pressed charges, in part because the lawsuit alleges she was told to cover it up by an older girl in the group. All in the name of football.
There's a possibility, of course. Were you there? No. Was I there? Certainly not. Were you? No. I can't speak on that. But while I was there in 2015, nothing. Nothing of that. Nothing of that.
If something like that was going on, I mean, people would know. And I never, ever heard anything like that at all.
Tenley Gummelt was a member before the incident and says she's not trying to discredit the accuser, but doesn't believe her organization would have tried to cover up something that serious.
I would have heard anything like that. I mean, first off, I would have quit immediately. Also, I would have blown the whistle so fast it wouldn't have been funny. I mean, really, I wouldn't have been ashamed to blow the whistle at something like that.
Gummelt also defends Baylor football staff, accused of paying for parties and arranging for alcohol, drugs, strip clubs, and Bruins to be at a recruit's disposal.
I interacted with them, and I mean, never, ever was any of that kind of stuff relayed, ever. I wouldn't have wanted to be involved with or associated with an organization that would promote that kind of stuff, and I never heard a hint of it at all.
Baylor apparently took the hint, as the group no longer exists. University officials wouldn't specify why it disbanded, but released a statement to KWTX saying the previous function of the Baylor Bruins has been incorporated into the undergraduate admissions process. A group of male and female students accompanies prospective student athletes while on campus, just like they do for all prospective students. The merged group is now known as the Visit Experience Representatives. Covington is a member and continues to welcome new students to Baylor while she works to be a psychologist. Taylor is focusing on her social work studies, and Gummelt is getting her master's in Christian counseling. All 3 women say the allegations have hurt, but they're motivated to prove their alma mater still matters.
There are so many good people at Baylor, so many good people, but just unfortunately those good people have been overshadowed by mistakes of a few people, and I hate that.
Like, this is still a great place. It just has been tainted with this stuff.
Baylor Bruins was never part of the athletic department, and the new co-ed group now reports to the Office of Undergraduate Admissions. I reached out to the attorneys in the case, but have not heard back. Reporting in the studio, Rissa Shaw, KWTX News 10.